Hello guys, CPI is coming and this will be bombastic for the market, okay? It will be very, very volatile. So I hope you are watching this video until the end because then you will know what I mean by the market will be volatile. Okay, before we start, just a thumbs up on this video, give us a subscribe and share this content with your friend. It makes us, be recognized by the YouTube and make your friend happy because you're sharing good content with them. So if you love your friend, share this video with them. All right, let's get into it. Guys, tonight, at least in Australia time, 10:30 p.m., we're gonna have the CPI month over month, the CPI year over year, the core CPI month over month, and the core CPI year over year, all referent to the month of July and all referent to the year of July last year to July this year, right? So I've already explained this many times how CPI year over year works. Is from the July or whatever August from last year to August this year, always a 12-month period of time. Now, the CPI will be very decisive for the Fed and they will be watching closely how this will evolve into the economy because there are two main things happening at this point, all right? US dollar is losing ground very fast, all right? We are trading around we were trading around 103, 300, 400. Now we are trading around 102, 300. So pretty much let's call it 100 points, 1,000 points, sorry, 1,000 points drop, okay? So pretty much a 1% drop. Now, these haven't yet been affected into the Fed. The Fed, yes, looking to the US dollar, of course, but the major reasoning why they are looking to the data is the CPI, the Consumer Price Index. And if we sort of take it in the last release of the CPI that were much lower than what was expected, and the previous one as well that was lower than expected, my expectations for this one is that we do have an in-line or below expectations. All right, this is my personal opinion. So the consensus for the CPI month over month is expected to be 0.2% from the previous of negative 0.1%. So yes, the inflation have been, somewhat progressive towards the consumer, but still it's not that high. 0.2% on a monthly basis, it's okay. Now, the core CPI is expected to rise 0.1% from the previous of 0.1% to 0.2% now. The CPI year over year is expected to be 3%, all right, from the previous of 3%, so no changes. But the core CPI year over year is expected to decrease 0.1% from the previous of 3.3 to now 3.2%. My take is that, yes, the Fed will be carefully watching these stakes, all right, on the CPI, because in less than a month, well, a little bit more than a month and a few days, okay, a month and 4 days, we're going to have the September meeting, FOMC meeting, and that's when the Fed will decide the interest rates decision. This is when they will do the decision on the interest rates. And it's very clear that the market is divided right now because of the last two previous and as well the NFP last month being very away from the expectations in a sense of much lower than what that was expected. Market is now pricing a 50 basis point cut. 50% of the market expecting 50 basis points cut and 50% 25 basis point cut. My opinion is that yes, a 50 basis point cut is too much at this moment, but a 25 basis point cut is very welcoming because we do already had one very bad NFP and we had another CPI previous month very bad, and the previous month was very bad as well. Well, good for the economy, but bad for the market. You know what I mean when I'm talking about that. All right, so just to wrap up again, We have CPI tonight. I'm expecting it to be lower than what was, in line with the consensus or a little bit lower. The Fed will be looking for the core CPI year over year and month over month because this is how they can control the inflation. The core shows how they can control the inflation. All right. And I will be trading long on the euro dollar and short on gold and long on the pound dollar. And I'm not touching USD JPY. This is my trades on my portfolio. Please guys, use risk management. Be aware of the risks that this sort of news, this sort of data implement into the market. And don't forget to leave us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I see you tomorrow on my webinar. We will still do the same hour, the same time for tomorrow, but next week we will have a change on the webinar on Thursday webinar time. Okay, so we're gonna do tomorrow from 7 to 8 p.m., but next week we will have a change on the time, but I will let everyone know on next week. Guys, thank you so much. A great rest of your week ahead, and I'll talk to you tomorrow on the webinar, or I see you in the next video.